Every day, millions of us wake up to safe, ordinary jobs. But somewhere out there, people step into danger for a living. They dive into the deepest oceans. They work on floating cities in stormy seas. They guide tourists across active volcanoes. And they even prepare humanity for life on other planets. These are the untold stories of extreme jobs, life on the edge. Beneath the ocean lies silence and danger. Deep-sea divers risk their lives repairing pipelines, salvaging wrecks, and building offshore structures. At depths of 300 meters, water pressure is 30 times greater than at the surface. One mistake can mean instant death. In 1983, the Byford dolphin accident exposed divers to explosive decompression. It became one of the worst tragedies in diving history, and a chilling reminder of how unforgiving the deep can be. And yet, divers continue. Why? Because the rewards are high. Some earn more than $1,500 a day. To start this career, one begins with scuba certifications, then moves on to commercial diving schools in Norway, Scotland, or the United States. Few make it, but those who do explore the last true frontier on Earth. Far out at sea, oil rigs rise like floating cities. Workers spend weeks at a time here, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Isolated, exhausting, but also lucrative. Entry-level salaries can reach $50,000 a year. Experienced engineers often earn six figures. But the dangers are real. In 2010, the Deepwater Horizon disaster killed 11 workers and caused one of the worst oil spills in history. For rig workers, every storm, every spark carries risk. Still, thousands join. They undergo offshore safety training, known as BOSIET, before setting foot on a rig. Companies like Transocean, Halliburton, and Schlumberger continue to recruit. For many, the job is more than money. It's camaraderie, adventure, and the pride of taming the sea. Imagine commuting to work, not in a car, or on a train, or even on a struggling, overcrowded bike, but on the side of a live volcano. For guides in Iceland or Guatemala, that's a day like any other. Their work is part thrilling and part serious. They are not just trail leaders, they are protectors. They also know how to read the volcano's mood, watching the steam, smelling the air, feeling the tiniest of tremors. It's as if you're a detective of nature, protecting everyone. These guides are prepared for the worst-case scenario. They train in emergency drills and go around with gas masks and helmets. Why? Because the weather can change in an instant and poisonous gases can roll in without notice. Their top priority is to return every individual safely back. But danger is not the only story. Their favorite thing about their job? Spreading the wonder around. They enjoy displaying boiling mud pots to visitors, ancient lava fields, and the breathtaking views from the crater's edge. They draw narratives from the Earth's power and make people feel connected to the planet. In 2019, the guides on New Zealand, White Island, saved the tourists during a sudden eruption. They rushed people onto boats, facing deadly ash and toxic gas themselves. Becoming a volcano guide usually starts with mountaineering and geology training. In Iceland, courses prepare guides to lead visitors safely. With ecotourism booming, more extreme guides are being trained worldwide. It's a job for someone who is passionate about adventure, who loves people, who cares, and for whom nature is a great teacher. Another one of the world's most extreme jobs is not even on Earth. They are jobs that prepare us to live in space. They endure months of extreme isolation. Think about astronauts and the scientists who support them. Their training is unlike anything else. Agencies like NASA will send crews to live for months in the most isolated places on Earth. Frozen bases in Antarctica, underwater stations, and remote deserts. These are not quick trips. In one famous experiment, a crew of 6 lived locked inside a small, fake spaceship for over 500 days. That's almost 2 years without feeling the sun on their skin or breathing fresh outdoor air. The biggest challenges are not always technical. They face loneliness, boredom, and the pressure of being stuck with the same small group every single day. It's a huge test of mental strength. So how do you get a job like this? Most people start by studying something super practical like engineering, physics, or biology. But you do not always need to be a scientist. NASA even runs experiments where they pay ordinary volunteers to lie in bed for months to study the effects of zero gravity on the body. It sounds easy, but it's much harder than it seems. It's a career path for people who are curious, incredibly resilient, and dream of pushing human limits to another world. So, how do you go from being inspired to actually getting one of these extreme jobs? It's about taking real, practical steps. First, figure out which field excites you. Look into areas that are known for adventure and actually need people, like deep-sea diving, working on an oil rig, leading adventure tours, or scientific research in polar stations. Next, get the right training. This could mean getting your scuba certification, joining a local climbing gym, or applying for a science internship. You start by building the skills that prove you can handle the environment. Then, connect with the global community. Look into big, recognized programs like POTI for diving or safety certifications for rig work. Even NASA has projects that regular people can join online to get started. Finally, talk to people who are already doing it. The best advice comes from the inside. Join online forums, Reddit groups, or follow professionals on LinkedIn. They often share job openings and honest tips about how to break in. Let's be real. These are not normal careers. They're proof of what people can do when they push past limits. We dive into deep oceans, walk near active volcanoes, face powerful storms, and even train to leave our planet. So it makes me wonder, could you see yourself doing something this extreme? Tell me what you think in the comments. Ready for your next adventure? Subscribe to explore more incredible stories.